What's going on, traders? Connor back at you with another video. So if you're not familiar or you have not been following along, this trade wraps up another trade within my $500 to $1,000 goal. Right now, I'm currently sitting up 8% or just shy of 8% on the day from one day trade. And I took a trade on CAPR. This is a stock that I alerted in my chat room and on Facebook. So to any of those or any of you that ended up getting in on some of this action today, phenomenal, and I'm super happy for you guys for making those gains. But with that being said, CAPR from pre-market until its tippy top today ripped about 120, 130%. Since the market opened, it peaked out at about 75% gain today. So that's huge. I did not end up getting all of the move. I only captured 8%, but I had one trade and I made the one trade a day profitable. So let's go over why I traded the stock and why I had it on my alert and where I got in. So take a look at pre-market. It was gapping up. It was gapping up because it had news. There was news to drive the price of this stock up. There was a catalyst. I'm not going to go into the actual news, but if you're not familiar or if you do use Thinkorswim, you can always look down here in the right hand section of the screen where my cursor is at and pop up the news. This will allow you to see, is there any recent news out on a stock this morning? And at 8 a.m. and 8:05 a.m. there was news releases on the stock that made it go up pre-market or made it shoot up and gap up pre-market. Secondly, something else that's very important to pay attention to is when stocks gap up pre-market, we want to see the stock hold those price levels. And as you can see, it gapped up and it held that price point. Sure, it may have sold down a little bit, but it did not come crashing back down. Stocks that gap up pre-market, then come crashing back down, usually don't tend to be very strong because they've already told us it wasn't able to hold that high level or that high price point that it gapped up to. So for CAPR, we gapped up and we just basically consolidated and traded sideways until it opened up. That was good. That's why I had it on my watch list. So let's repeat that. Pre-market, you want to see stocks that are gapping up. It could be gapping up 100%, it could be gapping up 5%. It doesn't matter. You just want to see something gapping up. And then secondly, you want to see that that gap up has volume to back it. If the stock gapped up, by 50 cents, but it's only trading on a few hundred shares, then that's not going to be, chances are it's not that good. Not to say that it can't be, but we want to see stocks gapping up and that have heavy volume, and that's usually a good indicator or a good sign that that stock could be in good play today. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, and I'm just going to recap and show you exactly where I got in and why I got in where I did. So we've already covered the whole mindset of why I was watching the stock. We were gapping up and we had heavy volume and we were just trading sideways all the way through pre-market. Coming into the trading day, the opening bell rings, we go down a little bit and we get a doji. We get a doji of consolidation and we don't know which way we're going to go. We just have a straight small doji. That was a good sign. Not to mention the price on this candle was touching the 100-day moving average. The doji was touching the 100-day moving average, and this next green candle was touching the 100-day moving average. So we were getting support right on the 100-day moving average. Not to mention, this green candle breaks above the previous red for the day. So now we're starting to move upwards, and my entry point on the stock was the break of $1. I knew if we could get through the $1 whole dollar mark, there's a good chance the stock's going to run. Sure enough, my entry point was at 103. I got filled at 103, and I rode this thing up until 112. So this was my entry on the stock where this red arrow is at, and then my exit was at 112. Okay, so for me, that was a quick 8% move up to my sell point. A little less than 8%. It was about 7.57%. Okay, so what I'm teaching here is that you want to see stocks that are gapping up pre-market. Hopefully they hold their highs through pre-market. And then when it comes to buying, you want to see, is the stock next to whole dollar mark? So for this video, the stock was right at $1 resistance. Whole dollars and half dollar marks tend to be a psychological resistance point in the stock market. We were sitting right on that dollar mark. So I wasn't going to buy before the dollar because I wanted to make sure we could break through the dollar. So I ended up getting in at 103 once I knew we had successfully broken through the $1 resistance. and I sold and took my profits at 112 for just shy of an 8% gain. So not only do we break through $1 resistance, there was a few other things we could pay attention to. If you look at my cursor and you just go straight down, the MACD indicator was signifying that we're now reversing the trend and we're starting to go into an uptrend. So right at my entry point, our MACD indicator was starting to separate, and you could see the green volume coming in, the buying pressure, signifying that we're buying up the stock and we're going to start uptrending, and that was another reason to buy in. Not to mention, volume's low, volume's still low, volume's starting to increase. Right here, it's telling you that people are coming in, people are buying the stock, and people want to trade the stock. So there was a few indicators to buy. When I bought, I went ahead, I pulled the trigger, and we made an 8% move today. So the few things to take away from this that I guess you could say are the most important things of the video are: one, look for stocks pre-market that are gapping up. Secondly, look at the chart. Are the stocks that have gapped up pre-market holding their highs? If so, that's another good sign. Secondly, is there volume? We have tons of volume. What about our MACD indicators? Are MACD indicators separating at a potential entry point? It is. Phenomenal. Where do we rest? Where does the price point of our stock rest? Is it just some random point? Is it 87 cents? Is it at 90, or is it at $1? Oh, the stock price is at $1? I know in the back of my head, and all the traders know, that $1 marks, $2 marks, $3, $4, $3.50, $4.50. These half and whole dollar marks are key resistance points. So if I'm going to buy this stock, maybe wait a little bit till we get that break above the $1 mark, and we know that we have successfully broken through the $1 resistance. Buying in right here at 98 cents could have been a little risky. It still worked out for a lot of people, I know. But let's just say you bought it at 90 cents, we hit that $1 resistance, or break over by 1 penny and then come right back down. I've seen it happen multiple times, so I wanted to for sure make sure that we had that breakthrough of the $1 before I got in. So those are the few things, or kind of main takeaways from this. But I mean, if you just want to take a fun look at it, this thing is up, just ripped all day long. So there was tons of entry points. Right here, the pullback to the 9 moving average, the bounce off of the VWAP, and we kind of go up. And then even right here, you could have played the break of the high of day. If you played the break of the high of day right here, you could have made a move up and made a quick 8% on that guy. And then if you even played the break through the high of day right here and got in somewhere in this point, you could have made another 8%. So there was money to make all over the board on this stock today. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to show you guys my profit and loss today for the $100 or $500 challenge. So as you can see, on the one day, we're up $44 from that one trade. So imagine that, $44 in the matter less than 2 minutes. My trade was less than 2 minutes, and I made $44. Someone working 5 hours a day for 9 hours, or for $9 an hour, I basically just made their income for one whole day in the matter of 2 minutes on a small account. So it is possible to grow a small account. You just have to make the right calls and be willing to take your profits when you have them, and don't get greedy. That's the biggest thing. So there's my profit and loss. On the week, we're up about 6.88%. On this month, we're up 23%. So we're going to hope to kind of see this thing just continually crawl up. We took a dip down here in the beginning of the month, but quickly brought it right back up. So we're doing pretty solid this month, up 23%. Let's see if we can keep these green numbers continuously going up. But for the day, we're up 7.8%. And that's my recap on the $500 to $1,000 challenge. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do it. And if you want, I will send out a link, or I'll put the link to my chat room in the description below. So if you want to go ahead and join the Boiler Room, it's a stock trading chat room that I've created that has very helpful members in it. And we alert stocks. We give potential entry points on a lot of our stocks. And all that I ask is, if you're going to join the chat room, please, please, please make sure the questions that you ask or the answers that you give are in the right channels in the chat room. And this helps keep it so the information is contained in specific channels where it's meant to be. We don't want to have people giving swing trading options or opportunities or call outs in the day trading chat room. We don't want to have people talking about stocks 3 days ago in our morning stock chat room or in our pre-market chat room. So if you're going to join, please do it. I'm happy to have you, but make sure any of the information or content that you are uploading is going to the designated channel so we can keep the information flow tight, and that way everybody's going to get the best opportunity to get the stock picks that they would like to play. With that being said, thank you for joining. As always, until next time.